Drink Your Piz 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wholesome Hussies. I have with me, as always, the beautiful Kristin.
This is Alex. So thank you for joining in.
Thank you for looking at us, looking at our faces, hearing our voices, hearing our topics. Our topics today, we are going to talk about cartoons and
this is our first recording in 2020, and in this hindsight in 2020, we're gonna reflect on shows and movies that we used to watch as kids that we made revelations about as adults.
Revelations where if we had been older and wiser 30 years ago, we would be, that's not
okay.
That's not a good message.
No,
that's not healthy.
I think they got away with a lot more in like the 80s and 90s with movies and shows and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I will say, for what was it, Casper the Friendly Ghost, what were we doing having children, having sexual relationships with the ghost,
with an entity?
Well,
first of all, I love that movie.
Absolutely.
It's the epitome of 90s and Halloween, and it's a really cute movie.
And it was a big the CGI in that was groundbreaking, having a human and a CGI character all in one scene was a big deal.
Yeah. But so Casper was a very animated looking ghost, very goofy looking, and then you got cute little human girl that he starts to have a crush on. And there's some sexual tension there. And he wanted to be a real boy so bad so he could just be with her and dance with her. And at the end of the movie, like, she's in love with human boy Casper. She doesn't realize it's him at first. And just... What kind of message are we putting out there?
That you need to take over somebody else's body in order to be liked.
You are not good enough as yourself.
No.
Especially if you're dead.
Especially if
you need to be...
If you're passed on to the other side, it is too late to find love. And it's not a good message for children to see that, you have to change yourself completely in order to accept love. But I mean, our parents back in the day, back in the 70s, they had Grease, where Sandra Dee she goes from being little Miss Poodle Skirt to borderline BDSM mistress. Or greaser, whatever. Those pants were very tight, and you would not wear those tight of pants unless you were in a fetish lifestyle. I'm just saying.
Also, as a kid, I totally believed that those were high school kids.
Yeah, no, those were 37-year-olds.
Definitely should not have watched that as a kid.
No.
No.
But I think it's so funny watching high school kids back then, who were played by late 20, early 30-year-olds, and you're thinking like, oh my God, they're so grown up, they're so adult. It's like, well, because they were grown-ass adults.
Yeah, that wasn't acting, that was just real.
Have you actually seen an actual 16-year-old?
Well, nowadays, they wear so much makeup, they look like adults.
Yeah, Yeah, and I will say that is YouTube's fault. Back in my day, you wore shit eyeliner and blue eyeshadow and put blush on your fucking neck because you were on your own. We were on our own trying to figure out where to put makeup. And now you have so many resources. You have the internet. You have people who have done the trial and error so that you can get it done your first time around.
Yeah. And on the same wavelength as Grease, I watched Saturday Night Fever for some reason. And I was like,
really?
Yeah, I was like obsessed with it in like middle school just for the dancing part.
Of course.
And, but then there was that like sex scene in the car or something where you can see someone's butt like like in the window. I thought nothing of it. It was just went right past me.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember
I was there for the dancing.
I was always there for the dancing. That's what I would tell myself when I was underage going to clubs at 19. I just wanted to dance. I'm not 21 yet. I just want to dance and maybe have like a drink or 2 or 5. Like, but purely went for the dancing most of the time. Mm-hmm. But what was it? There is this one cartoon. It's a beloved story, tale as old as time, as you can say. But the one I'm specifically talking about is Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, which it was definitely one of their D movies that went straight to video. But it was the holiday. It was the holiday special, and they had Tim Curry as a malicious, depressive organ piano who lived in a dungeon and would tell Beast, do not fall in love, do not get involved with women, stay with me, be a big sad boy, and let me play you depressive music for the rest of your life. A big Tim Curry role. But there was a part, and like the premise of the whole movie was, the beast turned into the beast during Christmas, and so he had resentment toward the holiday.
Okay.
To which Belle was like, oh, well, let me change your perspective on Christmas. You haven't celebrated Christmas in how long? Let me set up a beautiful spread. Let me decorate the whole castle. I'm going to have animated inanimate objects decorate themselves. Let me get my candle and this clock. We're going to decorate the whole castle. And so the Beast sees that she decorates the whole place, and then he goes up to the organ and is like, oh, were you up to this? And he goes, oh, I've never put her up to it. It seems as though she is making fun of you and mocking you. Oh, and then he sings this whole song to Beast about not falling in love. Don't fall in love. Like, there's nothing. Don't fall in love with a girl. Don't fall in love with your friends. Don't fall in love with a dog. Don't fall in love with a dog. Don't fall in love. And so after Beast learns not to fall in love, he goes and destroys all the hard work Belle puts into decorating everything. And I was like, whoa, wait. Tim Curry organ told you to not fall in love. He didn't tell you to utterly destroy everything in the castle. That's all on you. What I'm saying is that Beast was horribly abusive, and he's punished Belle by throwing her in a dungeon because fuck you for trying to make me have a Merry Christmas. And then she's in the dungeon like, this is my fault. This is my fault. I just wanted to have a beautiful Christmas. And I was like, I think, number one, this is triggering because I've been in way too many of these relationships, but I blame Disney for having me put up, and am I allowed to say Disney? Pizney? Am I allowed to say Pizney on this? Great. Disney. For putting in the belief that if I put up with enough shit, if I put up with enough anger, if I put up with enough being put in a dungeon for trying to just be the best me and having their interest at heart, maybe, then he'll turn into a prince.
Wow, I did not see this movie, and now I don't have to because that was quite a wild ride.
Yeah. I mean, the songs are not memorable. It's definitely a D straight to video Disney movie. But I was watching that with my boyfriend, and just toxic masculinity, anger issues.
I mean, the regular movie itself has plenty of issues too.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking specifically about Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, guest starring Tim Curry as an organ.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was, but like being young, I loved watching it. I loved watching it during Christmas. I loved watching it during Halloween. I watched it in the summer. It was just a year-round favorite.
Wow.
For me.
I've had movies like that too. It was just, I mean, Beauty and the Beast was my top Disney movie, so I watched that all the time.
For sure. As did I.
As well as Lion King, just like make yourself go through the pain of his father dying.
Which still hits home. For my father is not deceased by or anything, has not suffered any major injuries like that. But for whatever reason, every time I see that scene, I have to call my dad. Like it's like, you know, it's the heartbreak is like, Dad. He's like pushing him, like, wake up, Dad, we gotta go home, Dad. I'm like, I need to call my father. I need to make sure he's not dead in a ditch from a water buffalo avalanche stampede, an avalanche of animals.
Oh my god,
cascading down.
Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of ones that we used to watch, cartoons we used to watch over and over again.
Yeah.
I think I had my bisexual awakening, and I didn't realize it at a time, because even now, as a pansexual, when I see a woman, I don't know whether I want to kiss her or be her. And that was my dilemma when I first watched Aladdin. And Princess Jasmine was always beautiful. I always thought she was so beautiful in the whole movie. But as soon as she put on that red getup with the high ponytail, I didn't know. I was like, I would like to look like that. Also, I'd like to be on that. And but that was definitely, and I look back on it now as a 30-year-old, and I'm like, oh no, that definitely played a part in my sexuality. Did you have any maybe
like cartoon
crushes, and maybe they weren't even human. They could have been an animal, and it was an animal that you're just like, wow, they're so kind. Like that's something I want in a partner.
Well, since Beauty and the Beast was my favorite movie, I did really like the Beast as a beast and a human.
Damn.
I mean, and then some people think it's a letdown when he turned human and he's not as cute as a human, but but besides, I think he's cute as a human. Also, my boyfriend Pat, I feel like he looks like the in real life version of Prince Adam, and I think we should probably like insert a picture, because I think the comparison's pretty close.
I will say I think your boyfriend is more handsome than who they casted. Like, because like CGI Beast was pretty fucking hot.
Oh, you mean the new one?
Oh yeah, the new one.
Oh yeah.
But you had a crush on the old one too.
Yeah. No, I think the CGI one with like Emma Watson, you mean?
Yeah.
That was pretty good, yeah.
And he was swole as hell.
He was.
He was very strong. He had like very nice features.
Yeah.
What did you find attractive about the cartoon animated Beast? Like, what was it?
I mean, I couldn't explain it then. I'm not sure I can explain it now.
Okay.
But I was thinking of like other crushes, like what's his name in Mulan? I think he was a favorite of
I was about to say
people.
Hans, but it's not. But I was thinking about the Huns, and they would not have the Huns and then name the main character Hans.
Yeah.
That's not even Chinese. No. That's not Chinese.
I was thinking, let's see. Did you watch Recess?
I did watch Recess.
Did you think what's his name, TJ?
Oh yeah, he definitely had a little swag.
Yeah.
He definitely had a little cute good guy.
Yeah, he was like down to earth. Yeah.
Stands up for the small fry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like if he were to grow up right now, he'd be like definitely boyfriend material.
Have you seen the like artist renditions of like cartoon people now? Like
no,
like they make them all hipster and stuff, like all the princesses and princes, like they redraw them like in today's it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I like the artists that take Disney characters like as grown-ups, but they dress them up in like as like in fuckboy apparel. So they like dress them up in Supreme and like Adidas.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's not, you know, that's not what I find attractive, but some, you know, there's some, you know, fuck girl out there that finds that attractive.
Let's see. I want to talk about how I've been watching Sailor Moon recently.
Talk to me.
I only got to watch it a little bit as a kid because I didn't have cable for very long. But I'm on season 4 now, and there are so many adult jokes in this show. It's really funny, and like just little quips that kids would not catch. And
like which one? Like what was the scene?
Well, I'll explain a storyline that's happening where the little girl, Chibi Moon, who's, I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but she's a little girl. And she comes across this Pegasus, and every time they interact with each other, they blush. And they get kind of like flirty, and I'm like, all right, this energy is like really awkward and weird because they both are like, I want to keep seeing you, I want to keep spending time with you.
Okay.
And then the Pegasus gets this, it's kind of like a crystal ball or something that she can bring in her room, and he can appear in it because he's like an entity that can't have a physical form on Earth or something. Oh. So he comes in as like this little projection thing and talks to her at bedtime. So she's just like sitting on her bed, whatever, and then he'll just come in randomly and they'll talk and stuff, which is cute. But there was one episode where she was changing for bed. She was like, oh, it's time to go to bed. And she just takes her shirt off, and she's wearing like a little nightie or whatever underneath. But he blushes and he like looks away, and she's like, what is it? He's like, oh, nothing. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awkward. And then I haven't finished it yet, but it's definitely, they're a little more forward about their feelings. And this little girl is in love with a goddamn Pegasus, and this Pegasus is in love with a little girl.
I mean, do they ever show like the Pegasus in like human form?
They do.
Okay.
Eventually, but like she didn't know that he was a human, so she was in love with the Pegasus, and that's all she thought he was.
And she was like okay with.
Yep, but she was fine with that.
But here's the thing, like I can understand from a child's point of view. I can understand that because like what we were talking about our cartoon crushes. Like I certainly as a young girl had crushes on cartoons that were not human. Actually had a crush. What was it? I had a crush on the dragon Mushu from Mulan. Eddie Murphy plays. I don't know. I just thought, I was like, hey, he's like a fast talker. Like he's like he's a dragon. Like I felt attracted toward him. Like, did I want to kiss him? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but like, did I think about doing anything over that? No, because I'm a child. Yeah. I just thought that maybe, I mean, if anybody out there would like to make that furry fanfic, you're more than,
Did cartoons like that start the furry fandom?
Yo, 1,000% my dude.
We owe it to them.
Yeah, they made, oh my God. Have you heard of, speaking of like furries, have you heard of like these like Poopsie, like those toys? It's basically, okay, so it's basically like, it's like a slime toy, but they've also have different characters attached to this toy brand, like little figurines, but it was originally supposed to be slime, a slime toy.
Okay. And
the way they would market it is that it was shiny poop. And the brand took off. Like they made like a Louis Vuitton bag where it's literally like a handbag that's in the shape of a piece of shit that has a bunch of like LV like looking marks on it. Yeah. And I saw this one character they had. So basically like kids are encouraged to play with like this like shiny shit. Like that's what's marketed to them. And I saw another toy from that brand that was like a big pack, and it was called Fart Jacobs. It was in like a big perfume bottle. And so I just feel like this whole brand is like a gateway toward scat play and furries. I definitely saw like a sexy looking unicorn that was like had like glimmery bedroom eyes,
oh my God,
like a crop top, and it was wearing a diaper. I was like, yeah, whoa, where do we draw the line?
That is so many different sexual preferences.
Oh my God. I feel like this next generation is just going to be, you know, this generation was into eating ass. The next generation is going to take a step further. They're going to be eating scat, like 2020, eating scat. It's such a weird, it's a weird toy. It's a weird thing to be encouraged, just a weird thing how they market it. Now, granted, I'm totally into fart jokes, totally into poop jokes. I think that shit is literally hilarious, but they're getting young kids to like squeeze poop, and I'm not gonna fetish shame. I'm not fetish shaming. I might be fetish shaming just a little bit, but only because it scares me and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I want to be there for that marketing pitch. I want to hear what those guys said. Yeah,
who was in that boardroom
to sell this? Yeah, and it's like, how about slime? But make it bougie. And then like...
Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah. We'll have high-end slime.
But not just slime. Shit. As slime.
Uh-oh.
But classy.
Mark.
Glittery. Throw in some cute characters. What do you got? What do they call it?
We got a marketing genius on our hands! I don't know who... I mean, that's something... It's like a fever dream. Like, we're in this timeline where you can advertise poop as a toy, as a shiny toy, as long as it's glittery, as long as it's see-through, has like femme-like pastel colors. Yeah. But if it has the word poop in it, it will sell.
But you know why we started this poop fascination recently?
Why?
It's the poop emoji. It made it acceptable and cute to talk about poop. So then, you know, there's like poop emoji pillows and toys and stuff like that. And that's, where's that going to go?
That was definitely the gateway. Like as soon as we started, you know, expressing poop in conversation.
When you personified poop.
We normalized poop. And you know, we can there are so many people to thank leading up. I think South Park is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mr.
Hanky. I think Ren and Stimpy definitely played a part for getting poop.
I was too scared to watch that show, by the way.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
my mom was too scared for me to watch that show when I was, but I'm a graphic, gross little girl, so of course I like that. And but it has grandfathered in. Not only is there poop, we know that back then we know poop exists. Just a few years ago, we were incorporating poop into the conversation.
Yeah.
Now here, 2019 going into 2020, we are gripping, plying, like squeezing, molding poop. Mm-hmm. In our hands.
Yeah.
I don't...
It's teaching us to be comfortable with our bodies.
You know, and that's so beautiful. Finally we can get to a place where we can talk and feel and touch poop and not be ashamed. And it's totally normalized.
It's about time no one got shit shamed.
We're not shit shamed. 2020. We've progressed. I mean, we have definitely gone through it with this presidency, but if through this president we're able to hold poop in our hands now with no shame.
We're taking our power back.
We're taking our poop back.
Yeah. All right.
Power to the poop.
This is the second poop joke tangent we've had on this show.
It's like we can't get away with it. But you know what? It's because Kristin, now we can.
Yeah. That's true.
We've gotten to a place where this is acceptable, if not praised, to bring up.
We've done it.
I'm proud of us.
Oh my god. Well, before time's up, I want to talk a little bit more about movies and their effect on us and stuff.
Okay.
And trauma.
Trauma movies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was a movie that you can remember to this day because it traumatized you so bad?
Well, my family was watching Cocoon, and I, for some reason, was in the living room during this. I have not watched the movie since. I don't totally remember what it's about. I don't want to read what it's about. But all I remember, little Kristin brain, remembers seeing like a cocoon like underwater in like an indoor pool or something, and I felt like it was about aliens. And ever since then I was terrified of indoor pools, like the YMCA. Like I would I would not. Like, it's a cool idea, you could go swimming in the winter, that's great.
Absolutely.
Not me. I don't want to get mummified and sit at the bottom of the pool. That's what I thought was gonna happen. So yeah.
Kristin, that is fucking horrible.
I know. And and then I saw part of Chucky. I think most kids have.
Yo, that was I was gonna bring up Chucky.
Yeah.
That was a trauma one for me.
The whole movie is trauma, and then like the fact that he was like a good toy.
Yeah,
and he's a good boy. Like, that's terrifying.
And you know what? As a girl who grew up where her grandma would give her porcelain? Yes,
yeah.
Porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
And would have it lined up. I had these dolls lined up in my room, and I thought they were beautiful, and I thought it was a beautiful gift from my grandma. Had to put them in a box because I didn't know when they were going to turn on me.
Yeah.
All 28 of them. I did not know.
I'm glad those have phased out. When we're older, we're not going to have porcelain. We're going to have Funko Pops lining our walls. Hopefully our grandchildren won't be scared of those. But
I hope they do not make a movie where a Funko doll turns on its owners.
Those Funko Pops are everywhere. We would be screwed.
An evil Batman Funko Pop.
Oh my god, what if they had like their own individual powers of what they are? That'd be crazy.
This is our movie idea.
Is this a
patent
movie
pending? Patent pending. Don't make this movie. We will say that you stole it because you did.
I want to say Pat said something very witty. He said, because we were talking about,
I love it when he does that.
The trauma. Isn't it great? The traumas that we got from watching these movies. And he said traumatizations and dramatizations.
Traumatizations and dramatizations.
Brilliant.
Those traumatizations were my trauma.
It already was a thing. You don't have to make it another thing.
You're right. I'll stop my riffing. I've run out of riff juice.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what was another? Oh wait, do you have any other really trauma-inducing movies or shows you can think of?
Trauma. I think I also. I wouldn't necessarily say it was trauma, but it deeply had an effect on me as I got older. I definitely had a crush on Jafar from Aladdin, who was a old, dark, scary man.
Who was rich.
And evil.
Yeah.
And I think if you look into my extensive dating history, I have dated dark, scary, old men.
And you were Princess Jasmine in a way.
Princess Jasmine. And I wasn't under anybody's spell. This was all my own, own decision making.
That's the lesson right there. That's what Aladdin should have been about.
What Mulan should have been about?
No, Aladdin. Never mind.
But yeah, so it wasn't necessarily trauma, but it definitely affected my decision making.
Yeah. Also, did you ever watch the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, but I remember that being advertised.
Like some of the costumes, or
Were
even
you
like
attracted to a Ninja Turtle?
No.
It's okay. Which one? Which color? Was the red one?
No,
Purple
I like
one.
Leonardo. He's
Which
the
one's
blue
the
one.
Blue one. Oh.
But Also, there was definitely sexual tension between Ninja Turtles and April
Totally.
O'Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was a babe.
Oh, I thought, what's his name with the hockey mask?
I don't know what his name is.
Does our audience remember what he is? What his name is?
Squirtle?
What?
Casey
Jones.
Casey Jones, okay.
Yeah. I thought he was cute. Because I saw it recently. I think it's on streaming service now. But anyway, some of those bad guys are nightmare fuel. and same for like Power Rangers, like terrifying villains, and it's just like a person sweating in a costume. But in our eyes, it was terrifying.
Yo, like that Meat Group guy. Like that one, like Zordon. I forgot what his name was, but he was just all flesh and meat. Mm-hmm. And that didn't sit well with me.
Mm-mm. Oh dear.
I didn't know why Rita had such a crush on him.
Oh my gosh, you know what I just thought of? The M&M's characters. The really sexual green M&M.
we talk about that green M&M.
Yeah. With those like if she had knee-high boots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was definitely rocking the Chanel boots before Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Got her little Ariana Grande sleeve hands on them. But no, yeah, the green M&M.
There was another female one. Was she the brown one?
Was there? I think there was a brown one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe she was supposed to be more like Girl Next Door M&M.
No, I think they were both pretty sassy.
Probably.
I think they were both sassy M&Ms.
They were definitely outnumbered. Guys and girls.
How much
are there genders to M&Ms?
What? Did you say gender dominoes?
No, I said are there genders for M&Ms?
Are there genders?
If you gotta sort, like people like to sort out their M&Ms sometimes. That just makes it more complicated. You gotta go by color.
I think there are like definitely mask and femme M&Ms
flavors, perhaps
different flavors.
What's a masculine peanut flavor?
Yellow.
Peanut flavor. I just said what I was thinking.
What's a masculine? What's a masculine color? I guess red M&M. They consider that masculine.
My goodness.
Blue. I remember the blue M&M. He was like the chill one.
Oh yeah, he was like the saxophone player, wasn't he?
Saxophone player.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting a visual of some of these M&Ms. So there was a brown one who had high heels, but they were like smaller.
Yeah, and she had glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, she was like the
sexy librarian M&M.
Don't give no shit. M&M.
Yeah. Nice. I had a lot of M&M merchandise. Now that I think about it, stationery stuff, folder and stuff.
M&M. Have you recently seen the new M&M commercial?
No.
It's dark. They're getting real dark with the commercials, which I really appreciate, and I need to get into that in that industry. But they had one where they were introducing the new M&M, and it was chocolate hazelnut, so it's like kind of like the Nutella M&M.
Yeah.
And they're like introducing the new hazelnut M&M, and like they open the curtain and the hazelnut M&M's not there. And then you look over to like the whole cast of M&Ms, and they ate.
Oh my god.
The hazelnut M&M.
Cannibalism.
They had the chocolate marks like around, and they were all looking guilty as hell.
I've asked that before, of like, why is cannibalism okay if you're like something delicious? Why is it okay to be a cannibal if you're Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Right.
You know, those commercials
if you're a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, why they just eat each other.
Do you think if I were to like make you into a steak, you'd be delicious?
I mean, I might be.
Like
as a vegan, I mostly eat things that are like good for me. Might taste a little sweeter than other people.
Ooh, little locally sourced Kristin.
Yeah.
Get those really nice expensive cuts. at a nice farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Cinnamon Toast Crunch or M&Ms have inhibitions. I don't think they have like societal like faux pas or morals. I don't think they don't have morals. So to eat,
they just know. the crunch.
They know what they taste like. They're like, oh, I taste real good, but I'm not ready to go yet. Let me.
I just love when they're like sitting there and they're like, just like lick the other one.
It's also dark.
Yeah, but it's about time to wrap it up.
Okay.
So I want to end on a question. I want to know, who was your like first celebrity crush? That
Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, hands down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guy liner.
How old were you?
Oh, I was in the 8th grade.
Okay.
14 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing the commercial for Pirates of the Caribbean, and him on the sale, and he was super bronzed, blacked out eyes, and I was like, holy shit.
Mine was when I was like 8 years old. Jake Lloyd in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. I think that was the right one, but who were the same age. He was Anakin Skywalker.
Aww.
A little blonde boy. And I remember I went to the theater to see it, and I just had a crush on him, and I was so embarrassed by it. And I was like scared to tell my family, and rightfully so, because for years they taunted me about how I liked him. And there was like an ad that we came across that looked like a mixture of him and I, like if we had a child.
Aww. So what you're telling me, Kristin, is that you had a crush on Darth Vader, who is also an old, scary, evil man. Maybe we're not so different, Kristin.
Maybe we're not, and that's what brings us together. All right. It's a great note to end on.
Right? Yeah, it is. You like evil men.
Thank you so much for watching, and hindsight is 2020.
Hindsight 2020. Are we gonna do the sign off at the same time?
What?
The keep it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Count it up. 1, 2. Keep it wholesome, hussies.
Hey guys, if you want to follow us on Instagram, our handle is
@WholesomeHussies.
Keep it wholesome, hussies.